video about batteries, guys. If you want a bit of extra power, a little bit more life, you can join two batteries together in parallel. Now, looking at these two batteries, they are two different makes and sizes, so that's not always the best thing to do, but it's all I had at the time. Normally what you'd want to do is do the exact same batteries, exact same age and condition and charge level when you connect them together. But anyway, if you do decide to connect two batteries together, two leisure batteries, and it definitely gives you a lot more voltage throughout the day. And the reason I've done this is because I'm going to have two electric reels and the two pumps which I've got over there running on these all day. So I wanted to put two batteries together because I wasn't sure whether the 110 amp would last covering all of that. It may have done, but I've just gone a bit overkill possibly in doing two batteries. So essentially all you do is you get a couple of these cables. You can get these off of off eBay and get them made up to whatever length you want. Ideally you want them as short as possible, and you need them to be rated big enough for what battery you're putting them on. So these are rated to 110 amps. This is a 75 amp battery, so like I say, I'm not mixing the best batteries, but I may actually change one of these batteries over, and so that they're the same at some point. So they just go onto the terminals and you screw them down, and then you get the negative side as well. Here again, the same length, connect to the terminals, and that is two leisure batteries in parallel. Now what will happen is you can connect your load to one of the batteries and it will drain out of both of the batteries, so it will use the power out of both of the batteries. So I've got my pumps and reels connected to this battery, but this battery will also, that charge will flow out of this battery as well. Now when you come to charging these batteries, there's two different ways I think you can charge them. You can charge them individually or you can charge them together. So essentially how I've got them connected, because I use one of these automatic chargers, I connect to the positive on one of them and the negative on the other. That charges the batteries together at the same time. So hopefully I will get a balanced charge across the two of them. Or you can connect the negative here, so you got positive and negative on each battery, and that will charge the batteries separately. So that's completely up to you how you'd like to do that, but at the moment I'm charging these two across like this, and then I'm reading sort of 12.9, so I'm fully charged off. So that's basically showing the new max battery at 12.9. But I have noticed when I get to the end of the day, they're pretty much still like saying about 12.5 by the end of the day after using everything. So I think, touch wood, it's all going fine at the moment. But as I say, this is how to do it parallel, but I would advise you get the same type of batteries, the brand and the amp hour. It will all stay as 12 volts, and you can double your amp hours, you see. So if I had two 110 amps, I would have 12 volts and I'd have 220 amp hours. Now I don't know how many amp hours I've got here because I'm mixing a 110 and a 75, so it's not ideal, but it does still work. There's no massive problem. The only problem I will have is potentially I might bugger one of the batteries up quicker. So ideally, I mean, you can get these ones on eBay. I think, what's this? This is a Superbat 12 volt 75 amp leisure battery. So you could get two of those and you would have 150 amp hour batteries running 12 volt, connect them together, and that would be perfectly fine. I think these are £50 each. So this is an older battery now, so I actually might change this battery and put another one of these, and then I'll have two exactly the same. So I'll have to see how it goes, but knowing me, I'll be too lazy and I won't be bothered, and I'll just leave it like this till both of the batteries are knackered and I'll end up buying two. But But yeah, I thought that'd be an interesting video. Anybody wanting to connect a couple of leisure batteries together.